Hey folks, hope everybody's doing good. Welcome back to the channel. It's just me and Garrett today. We are headed to church. He's back there watching his Mickey Mouse Playhouse. But after church, we're doing something that I bet a lot of you have not done or maybe not even heard of. And I will share that with you here in a little while. Okay, so we are on our way up Spring Valley. We're going to a cemetery today, Hines Branch Cemetery, and we're going to go do what we call decoration. Now, say some of you may not even know what this is or never done this before, because this is historically a southern thing. Now, I'm sure there are probably all groups, north, south, whatever, that do this, I'm sure. But it was, like I say, started back during Civil War time. A few years after Civil War ended, as a means of decorating the deceased soldiers' graves with flowers to honor their loved ones who had passed away due to the war and things like that. So it's basically to honor their memory and to, you know, sort of celebrate their lives. And it has progressed from there to becoming a tradition in my family. I can remember being younger than Garrett and going to this year after year. And for us, I know there's different ones in this area who have different cemeteries their families are buried in that do decoration at different times. Like, for example, the cemetery that my mother-in-law is buried in, they designate their decoration time the Sunday of Father's Day, I think. And ours has always been the first Sunday in June. So we have a meal. We all do potluck of some kind. And we meet up at the cemetery. Now, I'll show you, because I know that sounds kind of like morbid and freakish. But to somebody who may have never done anything like that. But it is a family gathering, and we usually have extended of cousins, first, second cousin, third cousins, great uncles, aunts, things like that. People sometimes I had never even met until those times would come out to pay respects to their loved ones who have passed, and to put flowers or whatever other type of decoration they want to put on the grave. Generally, it's fake flowers of some kind, but we have seen some like solar lights and different decorations like that. A lot of my family is buried here on my mom's side, so we do this every year. So I have my food that I have made for it, and we usually have, you know, a whole variation of different foods. We have different desserts, drinks, and everything like that. So it's interesting. It's just a time for us to, you know, recollect on the individual, what they meant to us, you know, and pay tribute to them in that way. Now, like I say, this is up in Spring Valley. I'm going to show you guys some of the scenery here, because this is beautiful. I grew up here until we moved to Galax area when I was in the 4th grade. So I've always considered Spring Valley, you know, my home. And it is beautiful. So I'm going to show you guys what I grew up with. See those mountains over there? Beautiful. I have an aunt and uncle who live over the hills over there. Now this is a windy, curvy road, so we definitely take our time. We don't want to speed too much on here. Like I say, I love the mountains. You guys know that I do. And there's farms up this way. So if you're wondering if you've ever been through Grayson County before, because that's where we're at, Spring Valley and Hines Branch, where we're gonna be, Hines Branch Cemetery, is on the backside of Elk Creek. So it's on like the backside going towards like Freeze from Elk Creek. That's in between. So Spring Valley is in between Elk Creek and Freeze, I guess is the best way to say it. There's Christmas trees. There's a lot of Christmas tree farms up this way, and a lot up in Elk Creek too. Didn't used to be. When I was growing up, we only had the one field, and it's progressed to a whole farm of trees. But like I say, it's just beautiful. I think it's beautiful. And the temperature up here is usually about 8 degrees or so cooler than it is down where we live. So they get frost a little longer than we do. They'll get snow and stuff up here when we don't necessarily get it down in Galax, just because they are a little bit higher elevation. But like I say, beautiful. It's a good place to go to ride motorcycles, because a lot of people do. And like I say, it's just beautiful. None of this used to be here. All of this used to be woods, and it's been redone and houses put up. Now we're going to turn here on the Hines Branch Road, but if you go on that way, that's Spring Valley, and I may take you guys up there in a little while. Maybe even drive you by my old homestead, you might call it. Let you see where I grew up.
Mommy, it's a skeleton.
Oh, it's not a skeleton. Garrett's being silly today. I love a dirt road. I love to travel a dirt road. A lot of people don't. They don't like how it's narrowed and, you know, the dust for your car, etc. But I grew up with dirt roads, and if you did, you kind of know what I'm talking about. There's just something nostalgic and special about a dirt gravel road. And so many of them I've seen that I grew up with are now paved over, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same riding back country roads when you don't have a country road necessarily anymore. But it's beautiful through here. All kinds of Christmas trees. Beautiful though. That's lovely. Now the road cuts back into hardtop now. This whole road used to be dirt and gravel, but they did pave from a portion on back to Carsonville Road, so the rest of the way isn't as exciting. Okay, so we are here. I'm gonna park right here, I think. Look it out. So, this is Hines Branch Cemetery. And down there in the corner where you see those folks, that's my kin people down there decorating our loved ones' graves. So, I'll show you guys a little more of that here in just a moment. Memory of William Hines family. So this is where it gets the name Hines Cemetery, which we say Hines Branch Cemetery. But it's actually Hines Cemetery. And look what a view back there. Beautiful. And it's often kind of cooler and a little cloudy up here when we do this. I don't know why. But there's been times we come when it's been very sunny and just beautiful weather and warm, and the view back there is gorgeous. But it's a little hazed out today. And it is cooler up here than it is even back down in Freeze where we came from, so. That's the cemetery. And there's a pond back down there. Nice place to go fishing. And this was an old church. They don't have services anymore, to my knowledge. There's my daddy. But they used to have regular services there. And they don't have modern conveniences of plumbing. So that little building you see over there, that is the outhouse. And if you don't know what an outhouse is, I would Google it.
And a pretty butterfly.
Yeah, it is. I'm letting Garrett carry some of the flowers. You can see some of these are really, really old. 1844 out of 1910. Some of these I can't even hardly make out. And some weren't even actually marked. We know they're there because it's been, you know, handed down in the generations and the stories of when we come here, but some don't even have markers. And down here is the section. Over here, Garrett. Garrett, over here, please. Don't step on those. This one is 1913 to
Mommy,
1922.
hold the cup. Hold the flowers.
And
Hold
this
the
is my
cup.
family here. With the most recent being my Aunt Patsy. She was a special woman. But my grandma's here, my grandpa, aunts and uncles. My mom and dad plan to be buried here when they pass away. So this is definitely the family cemetery. And every year we strive very hard to make this look very beautiful in their memory. No. There's some more. These are extended family. That's not part of the decoration. And there's some as well. This one was an unknown. We just know it's a girl. The story behind this, if I get it right, was they were traveling. It was back in the old pioneer type days. And they were traveling through and she died. The little baby did. And they just had to bury where they could. And that's where they buried. Here's another old one. I think it says 1933 or 83. No, I think it's a 33. This one says 1843 to 1909. Like I say, some of these have been here for quite some time. This is an older cemetery, that's for sure. And there's several old cemeteries around here. There's 1912 to 1929. And if you notice a lot of these dates, people did not live that long back then. Between disease and sickness and just simple causes, 1850 to 1941. They didn't have the means we do today. Here's another one, 1848 to 1928. They just didn't have the means we do now to treat even simple ailments that would lead to infection and then death. So we're very blessed to live in the time that we live in. Quite a view. And this is another thing that we do. We find these wild strawberries while we're up here and we eat them. Don't we, Emerson?
Yes.
And this is what we have today. There's supposed to be several more, but it has dwindled to little and littler each year. But we always have a good time considering just us getting together. So I'm going to show you guys what this outhouse looks like. Now granted, they cleaned it, but yeah, I'm not going to show you what's down there. You can guess. But this is a double seater. So this is very nice. But we got the grass growing over the top. There's the toilet paper if anybody needs to use it, and there's probably some from years gone by. But this is the outhouse, like I say. So if you have to go while you're up here, this is what you'd be using. So most of us go before we get here. Oh, these blackberry bushes. Oh, I'm just taking some video of all these blackberries. Let's look. Ouch! It's got me.
It got you?
It got me, yeah. Okay, so that was decoration. I hope y'all got some enjoyment out of that. Oh, look here. There's a deer in the road. I was going to try to get it for you on camera, but it got away before I could. It was right in front of the car, just standing there. But anyways, that was decoration. Hope you learned a little bit about some of the traditions we have here in the South. And, you know, kind of what it means. I really wish there'd been more. It is kind of sad to see that it's getting less and less every year. I can remember going when there would be easily 50 people and even more than that there. But it's just one of them things that kind of dies out over time with generations. But we'll probably keep doing it as long as we can and keep teaching our kids to do it. But I'm a bit of a, oh, there's a little hummingbird too. There's a lot of wildlife up here. I'm a bit of a mess. I was playing with the kids, playing Duck Duck Goose, and hadn't played that in a while. So I got a little flustered a little bit, so a little bit hot. And Garrett's on my case about the pool and inflating the pool, so we'll see about that, baby. I don't know, but I hope y'all enjoyed that a lot because it's special to me, always has been, and I just want to share it with you guys. Okay, I just wanted to come by and show you guys where I grew up for a portion of my life. And this dull dirt road, I used to walk it all the time, especially in the summer. And during school, when it was nice days, our bus driver, he was the coolest because you couldn't do this today. But he would let us off at the end of the road back at the main highway and just let us walk home because it was actually faster for us to walk home from there than to ride the bus the whole route around, because he would go around the whole mountainside, you might say, before he'd drop us off. And we'd be on the bus for almost 45 minutes more, but it only took us about 15 or less to walk to the house. So that was a good time. We had some good neighbors up here. Heavy snows in the winter a lot of the times. It was just a good childhood to have. But this is it. That's my old home place. It looks a little bit different than it did. Used to walk that driveway many a times. This used to be all trees through here. And used to have that old tire swing right there. We'd play in the fields behind, and that was all hay, and my brother had put up hay, my dad. And it was just a good time. Absolutely was. But that's where I grew up. And this just circles back around, so I won't record any of this much, but like I say, if you still got some back roads, you should get out and go enjoy them, because eventually they're all going to be paved over and you're not going to find nothing like this again, where you can live these old moments and memories of childhood and of days gone by that was probably, I say, in my opinion, better than it's ever been now. But that's my video for today. Like I said, I hope y'all learned a little bit about decoration. I hope you've enjoyed taking this little ride with me. And like I always say, if you enjoy my content, what I put out there, it's just me, you know, just us. Nothing fancy, nothing fake. This is us. As real as it gets. But click subscribe and become a part of my YouTube family. I'll see y'all next time.